Why do we want to squeeze cute things? How come red and blue give people a headache? And why should you be delaying gratification? The answers are all in your mind, literally. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 mind-bending facts about psychology. 25. Fear is your friend. Fear is a part of you, whether you like it or not. So why not accept and even embrace that part, rather than letting it overwhelm you? Watch a scary movie. Go on a roller coaster. There's such a thing as healthy fear. It can even be empowering, giving you energy and focusing your mind. However, if fear is ruining your everyday life and you're being extreme in your behavior, then it's almost certainly a bad thing. 24. Middles are tricky. Think of the last movie you watched. Do you remember the beginning? Do you remember the end? How about the middle? Chances are that last question will have thrown you. It's been proven that our brains organize sequences of information according to the start and the finish, not so much what goes on in between. It's called the serial position effect. Make sure you remember the middle of this list because I'll be testing you later. I'm kidding. Or am I? 23. Other people's food is better. A tantalizing mystery of life is that we enjoy other people's food more than our own. Most of you watching will have relished a meal cooked by a relative, and it's commonplace to want to steal food from a friend while out at a restaurant or other social situation. This social dimension is thought to be crucial. In fact, it encourages more eating. Things usually aren't the same when we've made stuff ourselves, in terms of taste or overall satisfaction. 22. Better to know than not to know. In 2016, a study was released confirming the long-held belief that it's better to know than not to know. The study looked at electric shocks. Interestingly, stress was reduced when someone had either 0 chance or a 100% chance of receiving one, whereas a 50% chance produced the most stress. Being unsure whether you'll get a shock or not is the worst option. Certainty is the key to lowering stress levels, even in super stressful situations. It's often easier to process bad stuff when you're absolutely certain about it. 21. Favors are made for returning. We don't just return a favor to be nice. Turns out it's something we need to do. Human beings are compelled to respond to nice gestures, an idea tested in a Chicago-based experiment where random Christmas cards landed on people's doorsteps. Despite the sender being a stranger, there was pressure on the householder to reciprocate. The result was that over 20% of people replied with their own cards. An attempt to do the experiment again in 2016 found that the responses reduced significantly, seemingly due to society becoming a lot more suspicious. 20. Putting the squeeze on cute things. Have you heard of something called cute aggression? It's how we react to things that make us say, "Aw, sweet little babies and fluffy kittens or puppies. We just want to hold tight and never let go." Isn't cuteness and aggression a contradiction though? Well, you're absolutely right, but your body naturally reacts this way. Seeing something that's high on the cuteness scale basically floods your system with positivity to the extent that it could be overwhelming. Aggression is then released to help you stabilize. Squeeze. Hi. Say hi to everyone. This is Kira again. Say hi, Kira. She's adorable. I was gonna get Picasso or Bella, but they're over there snoozing, so Kira was at my feet. 19. Anger as entertainment. It's thought that testosterone could be the reason why people enjoy a good wind-up. A 2007 study examining men and women showed how people with high testosterone levels got a kick out of annoying others. The power trip they felt when provoking an angry reaction not only made them feel good, it was something they wanted to do again and again. 18. Loneliness is a serious thing. Loneliness is harmful to your health. While it appears to suit some people just fine, there's a world of difference between being alone and feeling lonely. Either way, not interacting with your fellow human beings isn't recommended. It's even been linked to serious mental health conditions such as dementia. There's an astonishing 60% chance you'll develop it if you lead a solitary lifestyle, though research on the exact connection is ongoing. 17. Chromostereopsis. We don't really think of color as bad for our eyes unless the color is really bright. Yet, a color contrast like red and blue on a computer screen makes our eyes work a lot harder. We experience what's called chromostereopsis. The red is prominent and the blue appears to be further back, producing a weird 3D type effect. Guaranteed eye strain right there. 16. Bite size is the right size. Your memory will thank you if you absorb information in bite-sized pieces. Trying to cram pages of info into your brain in one go will only give you a headache. Whereas if you apply the psychology of chunking, which it's kind of a slightly gross name, you'll remember it a whole lot better. It's worth mentioning here that Elon Musk is known for doing his daily tasks in 5-minute bursts, so it seems bite-sized is pretty fashionable. Not sure we want to use him as an example, but trust me, just bite-sized. 15. The paralysis of choice. Too much choice can cause you to grind to a halt. I'm sure we've all had those moments where we've tried ordering a coffee and been stunned into submission by the dozens of available options, or spent hours scrolling through streaming services deciding what to watch. The official name for this is decision paralysis. It's been reported that 32% of people suffer from it, and this is just from simple decisions like choosing a show to watch or a hot beverage. 14. Social media and dopamine. Social media is addictive. And in other news, superheroes wear spandex. But seriously though, it's clear these platforms grab us by the eyes and don't let go. Ouch. But why is that? Because they're fiendishly designed to release dopamine, the neurotransmitter that tells you you're having fun. And what's more, you'll keep going back, even if you don't feel great. This has been compared to a gambler betting big, even though the odds are just stacked against them. Just the idea you're gonna get some kind of reward is enough to bring you back time and time again. Dopamine enhances our need to seek things out. The tech companies have us hook, line, and sinker. Check out our social medias, links in the description below. 13. Why we love sugar and fat. Psychologically, it's an echo of what our ancestors used to consume. Sugar helped humans bag some energy fast when we were up against the combined forces of Mother Nature. The same with fat. The field was highly competitive. These days, we don't have to worry about a bird or monkey grabbing some fruit before we can. This sense of urgency led to the cravings we know today. 12. 5-1. Negativity is a powerful force in our lives. So powerful that a negative event overrides a positive one in our brains. So all you need to do is think of something positive, right? Yeah, but it'll take a lot more than that. We apparently require 5 positives to scrub out the memory of 1 negative. 11. Love is kind of a disorder. At least if you compare it to being obsessive compulsive. There's a major connection between the two, in that your serotonin levels are right down in both cases. When you meet a new person and fall for them, you're behaving in a similar way biochemically. Serotonin is vital for mood control, and we also receive a dose of the hormone oxytocin. If you're feeling silly over someone special, then those things are part of the reason why. 10. Lethal rejection. Did you know there's a fascinating line between how we feel emotionally and how we feel physically? Research from a decade or so back concluded that the pain of rejection is similar to the pain felt from a punch. How come? It's due to the mu-opioid chemical, which tackles things that makes us go ouch. This could be released during a bad breakup or after a kick in the groin, or both at the same time. Not that I'm speaking from personal experience. I got stabbed. Was not a kick to the groin. Right here. 9. Tiredness fuels creativity. It sounds counterproductive, but it's true. If you're one of those creative types, how many times have you tried to go to sleep only to suddenly have the world's best idea? We reportedly come up with the answers to nagging questions when we're exhausted, and it isn't entirely clear why. The thinking is that our brains tick over throughout the day before delivering that all-important piece of info as our heads hit the pillow. 8. Blindness and schizophrenia. Here's a truly mind-bending fact. People born blind don't appear to have schizophrenia. Vision can be an important part of the condition because our eyes help us perceive what's going on around us. However, those born blind place an emphasis on other senses, such as their hearing. This becomes more developed and, it seems, identifies the world around someone more clearly. Those with the condition are thought to be more sensitive to sound. 7. Facebook envy. Social media is playing such a big role in our lives that we're naming conditions after it. The state of Facebook envy is reached when we see people online who appear to be having a better time than we are. Self-esteem goes down, and depression can rise. Try to remember, though, that the perfect-looking person on screen has probably switched on more filters than a water treatment plant. 6. Zeigarnik's effect. There are few things more satisfying than completing a task and doing a good job. The downside, however, is that the task is now over and you may not remember it in the future. Not so with unfinished tasks. In the 1920s, Soviet psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik coined the Zeigarnik effect. This is where an incomplete job sticks in the mind. Meanwhile, your finished tasks are consigned to the dustbin of history. 5. delay gratification and win at life. If you're someone who has to have something right this minute, then you may want to throttle it back. Apparently, those who wait longer for gratification achieve greater success in their lives. I don't know how, they must be pretty tense all the time, though it's believed that if you follow the classic rule of good things come to those who wait, you become a happier and more productive member of society. 4. Don't shout about it. There's nothing wrong with promoting yourself and what you hope to achieve, but as anyone who's watched The Apprentice knows, there's a fine line between self-promotion and boosting your own ego. If you're not careful, you'll release dopamine into your system and your drive to succeed will naturally reduce. In other words, your brain and body could trick you into feeling good at the expense of you actually realizing your ambitions. 3. Commentary for the boring. Have you ever had to sit through a boring lecture and found another voice chiming in over the top of it? That voice is your own, and you're effectively doing what movie directors do when recording a commentary for the film. A 2012 study from the University of Glasgow noted that your brain talks over boring people to make the experience more tolerable. We should coin this the Mystery Science Theater 3000 effect. 2. 66 days. Everyone has habits. But how long did they take to form? Well, someone worked it out. 66 days. That was the average length of time it took for a new habit to take hold. Also, the information was discovered later than you might think. Despite habits having been around, forever, the results for this one came in 2009. 1. We talk about ourselves a lot for a reason. A 2012 study from Harvard mentioned that up to 40% of the things we say involve ourselves. Wow, I never realized we were so self-absorbed. It's all to do with the pleasure center in your brain, or the mesolimbic system. When we talk about our activities, we receive a reward. It isn't necessarily driven by selfishness, it's just how we are as a species, I guess. So, which of these facts was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and check out our social medias, even though I talk bad about social media, including my personal ones, links in that description. And if you like this list, you are gonna wanna check out 25 psychological tricks that really do work. So click that here. Is that a psychological trick, getting you to click this? I don't know. Did it work? I'll see you on that video.